Welcome back to the workplace. This is Mary Beth Nave, your host, and with me this morning is Miss Romina A. Hervasio. She is the manager of the Marketing Communications Department of the Heritage Hotel Manila. Now, a while ago, we talked about a lot of upcoming and ongoing Christmas programs and activities of the Heritage Hotel. Again, if you'd want to see more of the programs, you can just log in their website or type in Google the Heritage Hotel Manila and you'll see a lot of their activities. Now, we'd also want to maximize her presence right now because aside from being the manager of the Marketing Communications Department, well, she's been into marketing for the longest time and we'll be interviewing her about how to best market your company. And aside from that, she's also a columnist in Images Asia. She's also the Board of Trustees of the Philippine Association of National Advertisers. And of course, she does run for a lot of charitable programs. Again, thank you so much for being on the show, Miss Mina.
A pleasure, Maribeth. I'm not really busy, as
yeah.
you see.
It's not obvious
Not
that
obvious.
you have a lot of time at hand. So,
Right.
how long have you been in the marketing industry?
I've been practicing marketing communications actually for a decade, so don't ask my age.
Okay.
Maybe since I was in college, I've been practicing.
Which is probably a year ago. Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. And you have the passion for marketing.
Definitely.
Now, how is it? Is there a trick to market your company? Is there a way to actually best market it, or is it just more of okay, here are the steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or is there an art to it?
Okay, marketing communications. Way before, we were only talking about the 4 Ps, the product, place, promotions, and placement. But now, it's all what you call engagement marketing. It's all about the experience in the mind and in the heart of the customer. They are the one who are actually inventing and reinventing the brand for you. So there must be close coordination with these brand owners, co-brand owners. Before, it's like a hypodermic needle, rather. If I'm a company, this is my message. For example, the Heritage Hotel, we are a business hotel, so we cater to businessmen. But right now, it's all about getting to know what is on the other side of the table. What is the feedback from the customer? Okay, the Mr. Businessman or Miss Businesswoman, you say, oh, okay, you're a business hotel, but I also like to have fun. So good thing you also have a casino. Good thing you're nearby as a Mall of Asia. I can do a lot of shopping. So you have to get into the mode of what's in the heart and mind of your customer. And right now, there's also what you call the fourth estate. We usually cater to the tri-media. We have what you call, as you're very familiar, we have the radio, we have the TV, we have the print. But right now, everything is going digital. I'm sure GNN has a lot of digital platforms as well. So the fourth medium is also where we specialize in. So we have what you call the search engine optimization.
Right.
So that's the nifty little thing wherein you Google the name of the brand, the company, or the name of, for example, Maribeth. Maybe that's the first
Right.
one that will pop up. Maybe
Right.
your personal
Profile,
blog or profile.
right.
So it's the same for the companies. For example, if you Google the Heritage Hotel, is it the official website that goes into that? So that's one. Number 2 is e-marketing. Everybody is mobile. So everyone has a mobile phone.
Right.
So aside from the SMS, you have your Facebook online, you have your Twitter. So you must be present in this medium as well. So in the Philippines alone, Maribeth, you know what? There are about 70 million Filipino members of Facebook. So you have to tap into that market. But when you go to marketing, again, no, there's what you call the technographics. So before, we have what you call the demographics,
Right,
the socioeconomic situation of
Status,
your
right.
clientele, your ABCDE market. You also have your psychographics, what's the lifestyle of your consumer.
Right.
And then the technographics, if you are online, you're digital, are you a creator in terms of content, or are you a simple watcher? So what do you mean by that? A spectator? Maybe your clientele are businessmen, so they're very busy. They really don't have so much time to
Time to-
update their status all the
Right.
time. But they are always on the lookout on what's happening on the social networking. So we call them spectators. So you cater to that particular technographic. So aside from the psychographics, the demographics, we must also categorize our audiences, our target market, into their technographics. So this is the world right now. We have the digital platform, we have the offline platform. So you still have to integrate all your communications within all these communications.
Wow, and you really have the passion for marketing.
Definitely.
I mean, just ask you one question and
Yes, I have a lot.
right. Now, okay, so for any company, like let's talk about, let's say, the budget, right? Because it's also it's quite expensive to get into a lot of the tri-media. So is it ideal to get into the triple W, the World Wide Web first? To have your own website done, to have, or probably create your own Facebook account, your Friendster account. Is that the way to go? Have an online presence first, then later on, once you're able to have your own budget for tri-media, then that's where you get into it. What would be an ideal process?
Okay, that's a very good point that you raised there. In fact, for companies who wants to maximize their advertising budget, they go digital most of the time. I cannot mention names, but major corporations, multinational companies, whenever they have limited budget, they come up with a microsite for a particular promotion. So they're heavy on that. In the same manner that we have microsites for tactical promotion. So if we don't spend so much on print advertising, TV advertising, but we do advertise on major cable networks as well. But aside from that, it is always supplemented by a digital program. Yes,
Okay.
that's the way to go.
All right. Now, for example, there are a lot of different companies that may have the same service. Like, let's say we could talk about mobile. We could talk about like, let's say, a lot of beauty products. How do you actually market yourself differently from everybody else? If, for example, you have a similar brand at hand, is it just really all about the marketing in order to have that unique face to that particular product?
As I mentioned a little while ago, it's all about how your audience defines or redefines your product or your service. So if we talk about, let's say, a hotel, what is the image of that to your audience? So the way to go is, let's say, ask a question and it becomes interactive. If you can tweet about it, and then your customers will give you feedback, what they think about your brand. So it's always about what's in their minds and hearts. So it's redefined like
And
that.
there always has to be a constant re-enhancement or repackaging of the image. Like, for example, if this is how you look currently, 5 years down the line, that has to change.
Definitely. And when we talk about hotels in particular, it's a very unique industry. Way back like 3 years ago, the landscape is totally different. We have a lot of what you call offline travel agencies, but right now there are what you call OTAs or online travel agencies. Like there are big names like Travelocity, TravelAsia.com. So a lot of people, even me, I'm guilty of the fact of booking online. I'm sure you book
Right.
your
Yes,
airplanes
yes.
online. So it's the same for the hotel. So what we have to do is drive the business towards our website so that our guests will book directly on our website. So that, because as you know, as a business practice, some online travel agencies will still have a markup. So our audiences does not realize it. It's best to travel directly through website because they can save up if you go directly. So our role, why do we have the social networking sites, why do we have blogs, is to direct them to the website of the Heritage Hotel so they can save up, in fact.
Right now, a lot of people are getting into Facebook, most especially even businesses. Back then, they never really thought that it would be something possible because they'd think of it as a social relationship networking site. Then it became professional. Then we even have LinkedIn as one of the professional networking sites. How would you be able to safeguard yourself and your company from those who are, well, from customers who are not legitimate, or companies that are not legitimate but are posing as being legitimate to customers? How do you define the line or be able to assess if a customer or a company is a poser?
Right. That's a very good question. But to have that properly framed, let us think that we do not find the news anymore. The news finds us through social networking. For example, if there's news about Pacquiao, whether he won or not, you can easily see it on Facebook. So if there's news or not about my company, for example, Heritage Hotel, when we talk about that, you will find it on social networking. So how do you know about these posters? Well, these posters, you can easily chat with them privately. You don't have to bring the forum in the public conversation because it's the nature of social networking. Sometimes you will notice that your friends are having these public conversations and you're not really involved at all. So if you're a company, the thing is to drive this forum privately so you will be able to assess whether this person is a poser or not, or whether you have a big issue that you want to deal with. For example, if it is a legitimate complaint, you bring it offline first, but you never remove their posting on the social networking because give it the benefit of the doubt. It might really be legitimate, but when you have the forum, if you want to chat with them, do it privately so that it will not be dragged into the public sphere inappropriately. And actually, you have to be very responsible as well. There are certain campaigns that use corporate social responsibility as a veil before launching a particular brand.
Right.
So you have to be responsible because some people may hijack your brand. So at the very front, since you're a corporation, you must already set that you're a company, you're advertising as a company. You yourself, you don't have to post like you're under the veil of corporate social responsibility. You have to be responsible also that you're a brand, you're selling products and services. And whether or not you're in social networking, that is your character. But of course, that doesn't stop you from doing your good corporate social responsibility programs. But first and foremost, define yourself. You're a company in a social networking platform. So you have to be authentic, you have to be real to your customers.
Okay, now just to probably summarize how to best market your company, what would be the ideal steps any company should follow, like basic steps, ideal basic steps?
Okay, basic steps right now. The marketing field is filled with challenges. Number one, it is cluttered. In the television, there's plenty of commercials, so we must overcome the clutter. Number two, the digital platform is beyond our mids. The world is flat already. Everybody has his 5 minutes of fame, like Andy Warhol has once predicted. Number three, it's getting more and more a challenge to connect emotionally to our customers. So we must face these three big challenges, and once we have faced these big challenges, we will be able to connect to our customers. We will be able to reach out with them through the digital medium. We will be able to overcome the clutter and, in effect, reach out to our audiences and tell them how great our products and services are.
And yeah, I think it's